Good afternoon, everyone. Class SYBSC paper number first, that is animal diversity third. In that animal diversity third, we are going to study about the chapter number 6, that is study of Scoliodon. In that study of Scoliodon, we have studied the different systems are present in that. After that, the last system involved in Scoliodon is urinogenital system. This urinogenital system is divided into two categories, that is male urinogenital system and female urinogenital system. Firstly, we are study about male urinogenital system. The urinogenital system of the male is not typically of the unanimates in that the Wolffian duct carry only sperm instead of both sperms and urine. They carried out both the sperms and urine. So that's why it is called as urinogenital system. Firstly, we are study the excretory part. The urinary or erectory part consists of a pair of kidneys, a pair of urinary duct or ureters, and a urinogenital sinus. So, firstly, kidney in Scoliodon, a pair of kidney, that means two kidney is present. This is the myonephric in origin and lie on both the sides of the dorsal aorta attached to the dorsal body wall above the peritoneum. They are long, flattened, and somewhat ribbon like, extending nearly the whole length of the body. And each kidney is differentiated into two parts, that is, anterior narrow genital part, the Leydig's gland, and the posterior broad renal part. The urinary tubules of the anterior part are greatly reduced and almost non excretory, open into the mesonephric or Wolffian duct. The urinary tubules of the renal part are well developed excretory in function and lead into a special thin walled tube, the urinary duct. Second is urinary duct. The urinary duct are sometimes called ureters, run backwards and open behind into a large, somewhat triangular median sac and the urinogenital sinus. The next one is urinogenital sinus. The urinogenital sinus lies at the end of the body cavity and it opens, one second, and it opens into the cloaca through an aperture placed at the tip of an elevated process, the urinogenital papilla. Second one is reproductive part of urinogenital system. The reproductive or genital part of including a pair of testes, vasa efferentia, and a pair of Wolffian duct, a pair of sperm sacs, a pair of siphons, and a pair of claspers. Firstly, testes. Testes, it is a large, very large, elongated tubular structure extending from the base of the liver to the rectal gland, and the testes are attached to the dorsal body wall by double folds of peritoneum called the mesorrhgia, and posterior to the rectal gland by non-glandular cords, epigonal organs. Each testis is numerous convoluted seminiferous tubules lined by the germinal epithelium. The tubules discharge into a central cavity running almost the entire length of the testis. Between the tubules and interstitial or Leydig cells which secretes the male sex hormones, that is testosterone. Second reproductive part is vasa efferentia. The vasa efferentia are extremely fine tubules arising from the central cavity of the testis. They leave the testis at its anterior end, pass through mesorrhigium and open into the Wolffian duct. Third is Wolffian duct. Each Wolffian duct follows a very closely convoluted course on the ventral surface of the genital part of the kidney of its size, and it is known as epididymis. Latter possibly produces a nourishing fluid for the sperms reaching the renal part of the kidney. The Wolffian duct becomes much wider but less convoluted and stores sperms termed as the vesicula seminalis. The two vesiculae seminalis open behind into a large triangular chamber, the urinogenital sinus. Thus, the Wolffian duct act only as the genital duct, the vasa differentia. Fourth is sperm sacs. These are elongated club shaped blind sac opening into the urinogenital sinus outside the opening of the vesiculi seminalis, and their function is unknown. Perhaps they represent the vestiges of the Mullerian duct. Second is siphons. The siphons are muscular sac extending from the pectoral fin to the base of the clasper, and they are closed in front, but each communicates behind with the groove of the clasper of its side, and they are full of seawater and serve to force the sperm into the female's genital tract by the way of claspers. The last one is clasper. The clasper are stiff, erectile, rod-like copulatory organ extending backwards along the inner borders of the pelvic fin, and they are supported by cartilage. The each clasper has groove on its dorsal side with wide anterior opening, and it is called as apopyle, and the narrow posterior exit which is called as hypopyle. The edge of the groove are rolled in, turning the groove into a sort of tube, and the groove is open at both the ends, and the apopyle communicates with the cloaca as well as a siphon of its size. And this is the diagram which shown the male urinogenital system. Pair of kidneys are there which is start from liver, then esophagus, after that the anterior end of kidney, vasa efferentia, testes, and vasa differentia, that is Wolffian duct. जे black वाला दिसतंय ना middle side ला, which is called as Wolffian duct, and inside by the Wolffian duct the testes are present. After that ureter, rectum, opening of rectum, upper classical gland, pelvic fin, and last one is clasper. So this is all about the male urinogenital system of scoliodon. After that in next lecture we study the female urinogenital system. तोपर्यंत इथे थांबूया. थँक्यू.